It's been said you can tell everything you need to know about a person by looking them straight in the eyes. A roadmap into the soul.
20 years of frustration.
The heartbreaks.
Will win the Daytona 500.
The triumphs.
I want to say thank you from the deep of my heart.
Everywhere you've been and everywhere you're going, welcome to Daytona. A place where if these walls could talk, you'd hear the echoes of every human emotion known to man.
It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line.
Except one.
Something's got to give. He's got momentum.
Fear.
It's going to be exactly what we talked about before the race. Championship season. Here we go. It'll be on you.
The thing about this place, it'll either make you or break you.
Oh, big trouble. The field is flying apart.
A simple choice with extreme consequences.
It becomes harder to win every single year.
It's magnified, higher pressure, consequences are larger.
It's hard. You're racing against the best of the best.
I know that the only lap that pays is the last lap.
Today you can either get it done or get it back. And no one cares how. As long as the wheels keep turning.
Hello, keep coming.
The most anticipated moment in
Welcome to the 63rd running of the Great American Race.
They're side by side, right to the line. Here they come, checkered flag.
What are you really made of? This is the Daytona 500, and it starts now on Fox.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Hondo, what are you doing, man?
What do you mean what I'm doing? I'm practicing my lines.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
You know what? I like it, but I think you should do something more like, amigos, enciendan sus motores.
Look, I think that's good. I think that's good. It's got to be more something like, gentlemen, start your engines.
What do you think?
You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm the type of person that lives in the moment. And the moment is right now.
Team co-owner and Grammy Award-winning global superstar, Pitbull.
Drivers, start your engines. Let's go. You! That.
Hello guys, and welcome to Daytona for the Cup Series. Before we get started, I'm going to make sure my mic is on. Last night, that's an issue with it. I think I got it right now. You see right now in practice, 8 minutes left. Guillermo Alvarez is on the top. Got Alex Starby in second. Andrew Anderson third in practice. Hope Torres in fourth. Drew Stanley in fifth. Brandon McLaughlin in sixth. Got a few teams get some updates in. Greg got a few last minute updates. Matt made some yesterday in Jarvis Motorsports, some this morning. Let's see if that is able to get to the top here. We got 50 laps of racing today. Fuel window is around 25 laps, so about halfway. Should be pit stops if we go green the whole time. Hopefully we'll see an exciting finish today's race. But to get started, we need to get to the pole. See who's going to start there for this Daytona race. So we'll finish practice and see who end up on top. See those 43.6s pretty fast. Most likely we're in a big pack of draft. That's how they were able to get those. Scroll down to the bottom. See the Cam Jefferson, who caused a few incidents during practice, finds himself on the bottom of the charts right now. Maybe because of that. Yep, Guillermo is able to win practice, but it's not where it counts. Get the qualifying, want to be up front, and then have a good pit stop, a good pit stall to get out. Especially if we have green flag pit stops. You want to be near the front there. So let's see who can get the pole for today's race. Looks like we're going to have a front row of Jarvie Motorsports. See Archie McDonald there getting under the 46 mark, and Alex Jarvie able to ride on the 46-second mark. Really fast cars there. Greg Shetner in third. Mike Atkinson fourth. Hope Torres fifth. Nicholas King in sixth. The third, Jarvie Motorsports in seventh. We see Reed Lowe in eighth. Andrew Anderson in ninth. And our rookie Colin Hammond in 10th. Scroll down here and see where everybody qualified. Looks like Guillermo, who was first in practice, does not have a good qualifying lap and ends up in the back. Maybe it's strategy. They wanted to stay out of the trouble. If there is any, kind of hang back and work their way through near the end. I don't know if that's a good strategy or not, but we'll find out shortly. It's kind of odd going from first in practice to last in qualifying. I mean, could have just had an issue there, or they're just their car's just ready for racing and not necessarily a good qualifying team. Could be the case. So let's get into the race here. Skip ahead. No, Jarvie Motorsports is going to be thrilled about that, having the front row locked up on Daytona race. I got Matitude there in fourth, with the Shetner Custom in third. A couple VRM cars lining up in row 3. Then we got another Jarvie, then Matitude in row 4. So back in row 5, the 17 of Anderson, along with the 82 of Hammond. And then the next row, you see Baker and the 42 of Christian Petty for Blue Dog Racing. Just gonna just skim back through here. See anything interesting? We know the 93 was slower in practice, causing a couple wrecks, ends up qualifying near the rear. I was really surprised about the 74 qualifying so poorly. But we're going to have 50 laps to catch back up to the front. Pace car getting ready to pull off. Here we go. First race of the Cup Series and MOT offline. Let's make it a good one, boys. Get up to speed here. The 43 looking low on the 9. Jarvie Motorsports are side by side. 43 may get a good run off the bottom, but they got no help pushing. Now the 7 drops down low. The Hope Torres looking to make their way up to the front. Well, she may take it 4 wide. The 9's going to shoot back in behind the 89. Probably a good call there. Work together as teammates and see if they can pull to the front there. It's like Alex will be able to lead the first lap. A little bit of frame issues. Sorry about that. Hope it cleans itself up a little bit. Like the 5's going to dive on the inside there. to push at 24, the 43 on the middle lane. Torres might be able to lead this lap. I don't know. It's going to be close. Nope. Jarvie's going to get the lap, and looks like the 43 of Shetner was able to just get second. You see the top three are separated by 0.02 seconds, and the whole field is within 1.5 seconds. Looks like the 74 may have lost the draft. Walk back there and see. He's still hanging on back there with the Hughes Motorsports of 83. Oh, we see a bump going in the grass. Got the 31 turning into the 29. No caution. 29 and the 31 has sustained heavy damage. It's going to cause all these guys to lose some positions. Maybe lose a draft. Just looks like they got just a little bit of contact coming down the backstretch and was able to put them in the wall. I don't want to go back yet to see it because I don't want to miss anything up front here. If we do get a caution, I'll go back and see exactly what happened. Or if we get a lull in the action maybe, but I'm going to try to stay with these guys and see what's going on here. It's like the 31 and the 29 have retired after that collision. I didn't think they hit that hard, but apparently it was too much to fix. Unfortunate start for those guys. See up front, looks like the 43 is maybe able to get around the 89 of Jarvie. With the 24 of Gracie Adams able to push him up through there. Looks like this might be the first lap that Jarvie doesn't lead. The Greg Shetner's going to cut up in front to block off his run, and Greg Shetner's going to lead his first laps of the day. See that inside line still trying to pull strong on underneath. So like the 50s really lost the draft. You got the 74, 83, and 44. Probably catch the 93 and try to work together maybe with the 2. They're just losing tons of time right now after getting checked up by that collision in front of them. That may be the first time I've ever seen a few cars get knocked out of the race by an accident without actually having a caution. NASCAR flagman sleeping at the wheel. Not going to call it unless there's a huge crash, I guess. Figured at least get a debris caution maybe, but we're still green on lap 7. See the 43, 24, 7 are nose to nose as they go through the line there. Really close. 43 was able to get the 24 just by a few hundredths of a second. I mean, maybe thousandths of a second. Really tight racing right now. Looks like the people in the back, looks like 93's gotten around by the 83, 44, and the 74. Those 3 cars are working together and should pick up the number 2 soon. And so if they can get a caution before pit stops here, they should be able to catch up and be pretty competitive. But right now, I mean, they can end up going a lap down before this race is over just from the loss of draft speed. Mike's really falling far behind. He could have got a little bit of damage off that incident. Not enough to come down pit road and fix, but just enough to slow him down. You know, he's looking for a caution to get back in this race. And right now we got 3 lines of 3 all the way back. Just biding their time, looking for the right moves to make at the right time. Still early in this race. Don't want to be too aggressive, but can't wait forever. And right now we see 3x3. There's not really much room to go. They can take it 4 wide. It's awful dangerous and could end up causing a big one. But when they get in that 4th line, it seems like the side drafting is able to pull them up. So if anybody's brave enough to try to make it work, they could make a move up to the front. It just depends on who's going to risk it and how satisfied they are just riding right now until we get closer to the end. We see about every time at the line, it's between the 43 and the 24 right now. The 7 is just a little bit off on the bottom line there. Maybe the run goes on, the bottom line will be able to pick up speed and overtake that top line. And we see the bottom line gets a good run through the bottom of the corner there. Just off every corner, the top 2 lines are able to use that momentum off that high side to go back around. One more move out of these guys and we'll have a lot of wrecked race cars. Hope they can just keep it clean. And if they're going to make a pass, try to make it clean, because if anybody steps out of line here, we could see a big mess. We're going roughly around 200 miles an hour. That's going to be a hard hit into the wall. We can see the one car there, Thea Patrick, riding around in the back, just trying to pick a lane which to go with, maybe just trying to stay out of trouble, trying to see what's going on in front. Maybe it'll avoid something if something happens. We ran roughly about a 44 second lap times. We see Mike's about 35 seconds behind now, so they should be catching him with 1 or 2 laps right here, and that could break the field up. Depends how damaged he is. You can go up and look and check and see how far away he is. We see him there, middle of the back stretch. I really can't tell how much damage he is, but it looks like he's off the pace a little bit, but he's out of the draft. Like we saw all week, these lap cars like to stick to the high side, so when these 3 lines get to him, the high side may get stacked up, and that'll give a big advantage to the Torres there in the 7, along with the 24 of Adams and that whole line behind them. Then the next lap, they should be catching him. And they could dice things up, could make it go 4 wide. We're about to see a lot of shuffling. Let's see how these drivers handle this. Coming off the turn here. Let's look behind and see how far away they are. See that big train coming fast for overtake Mike. Mike is really hoping for a caution right here to see if he can make back the line before getting lapped. 3x3. See the middle line has a few more cars in it than the rest. Go back to our leaders here. It's going to get bogged up on the outside. It's going to slow the middle lane just a little bit. It's going to allow the 717 and the 23, along with the 81, to get an advantage off that turn. 17 is going to take that chance to go to the lead. 81, Brandon McLaughlin's looking to go low on the lead also. I mean, shake it up. Oh, we see a spin in the back. Look like Greg Shatner got turned. He's got another wreck. The 42 gets turned by the 41. Able to stay off the wall. I mean, had to be because of the lap car. Let's go back and see what happened. Looks like maybe Greg wasn't patient enough to get around the lap car of Mike Carroll, which understandable, but can't be taking out the whole field because of that. Looks like he just cut across the 95's nose. See if I can get a better angle. Let's look at the helicopter view. All right, looks like they just got together. The 50 able to slow them down just enough. 43, 95, and the 1. All end up in 42 with a little bit of damage. Let's see who was able to lead back to the line here. This is going to make them a little short on pit stops, I believe. Because roughly 25 laps fuel window. So we still may need a green flag pit stop, even if the guys decide to pit here. Like the 17's will be able to lead them back. Take first on the coming to the pit stops. See the 11, 88, and 81 up there also. So 93 was able to stay on the lead lap. On Mike Carroll ended up going a lap down. And before he got up to speed, was in maybe not the cause of it, but had the checkup happen in front of him, where the guys couldn't get around, and looks like the 95 and the 43 just touched and caused a little bit of problem there for the guys behind them. See the 43 car all smashed in. I don't see much damage on the 1 or the 95. Doesn't mean there's not some that might slow them down, and I don't know. But yeah, the 1's got a little right side damage. Back to the front here. So he was able to lead off pit road. With the 17's able to come out first. Like the 43 car of Shatner was enough damage to retire that vehicle. Fortunate for him. We know that he had a fast car to qualify third. But he's got another guy up here in second right now with Kara Bowman leading that way for that team. The flow car of 81 of Brandon McLaughlin. 13 Drew Stanley for Hustlers Racing. And we got the 11 car. Where is it? Kerry Deegan. Yeah. Dang. Make sure I get the name right. Kerry Deegan. Looks like the 33 is letting some cars by him. Don't know what the issue is. 41's looks like he's letting some cars by him. Lining up there. So we got Deegan now in 6th place. Torres in 7th. Got Grubb in 8th. Gracie Adams in 9th. Ethan Baker in 10th. No, I expected this type of action in the Xfinity and the Truck Series, to be honest. I was really disappointed with the quality of the racing yesterday. I wanted them to be a lot more aggressive. See, these Cup drivers are actually more aggressive. I don't want to see a lot of red cars. I want to have a lot of cars to finish. But I did want to see more aggression out of the last 2 races. Hopefully they can learn from these Cup guys and not be as timid. So we're about coming to lap 20 again. Pit stops or fuel mileage is about 25 laps, maybe 27. I don't think they'll be able to stretch it. I highly doubt it. They could prove me wrong, but I think we're going to see one more pit stop either under caution or under green. I don't think there's much chance of avoiding that. Unless these guys can save. So we know we got Matitude Motors up front. We know they got some strong cars with a lot of updates. GMS put some updates before the race. 81, I don't think they have many updates, if any. We're able to run third right now, so that looks good. Hustlers Racing, then KLM Racing, VRM, another Hustlers. Then we got a Jarvie Hughes and a 6 of Galiza. Got several guys represented, not too far back. We got our first winner, Air. Then we got a Sovatech here. And our first Blue Dog is Tristan, and is currently 16th. Light should be off. Yep, going green next time by. See the 50, 1, 95, 93. I think 93 had some damage from earlier in the race. It's kind of slowed him down some. I really don't see anything wrong with that 95, but I know we got collected in that. And right now behind the 93, I think to be slow, that might hinder him on the restart. One had some right side damage. They could have been able to fix it. We know that Mike was off the pace, but we don't know if it's from damage or he just lost a draft. But if it is damage, he'll be dropping back fast, and they'll be catching him again in 15, 16 laps if that's the case. Hopefully these guys can stay in the draft and compete for some positions back there. I even won the race yesterday, and I was disappointed in the race because I wanted to be a lot more aggressive. So I don't want to be a wreck fest, but I wanted to be a whole lot more aggressive. And today, I hope that's what we get at the end. That pit stop now coming 5 laps before the end, most likely, maybe 4 laps before the end. Could mess that up. I hope not. Hope they're able to make it so we can see a great finish. It's out of my control now. Just a spectator like y'all. Here we go. Coming to the restart. Pace car pulls off. We're going to have the 17 of Anderson lead us to the line. Here we go. Back to green flag racing. Let's see what kind of moves we can make. See, the 13 is the first one to step out with the 33 and the 23. See all the HRR cars diving to the bottom, maybe trying to get work together to make their way up to the front. Gracie Adams is going to break that up and drop down behind the 33 of Grubb. See, the 11 is a little late off in the 81, not getting a great push. Ethan Baker's going to jump in front of the 23 of Alfred Soto. Trying to get that inside line to work. Gracie Adams is going to drop all the way to the bottom, bringing Ethan Baker. Maybe. Now he's going to drop off and go back behind a Grubb. It's like the 23 is going to push 84 there. And now the Soto is going to get with Adams on the bottom. Trying to work away to 3 wide. See Tristan Drace dropping down to the bottom there. Like the 41 thought about cutting him off, and looks like they make the 3 wide all the way 3 by 3, about 4 rows back. Still got guys jockeying for position there, trying to figure out which line they want to get in. So Soto's able to push Gracie Adams to the lead on the inside line. I think it's the first time we've seen the inside line lead a lap legitimately today, not just an overtake, but leading through the line there. See 11 diving in behind the 85 of Dominic Hall. Inside line was pretty strong. Middle line's kind of dropping back. 13's going to take a look under Gracie Adams. Lining up with his teammate Grubb. Got 3 HRIs in the top 5, 6 there. Tristan now finds himself on the second on the inside line. Pushed by Jarber. You know he's got a really strong car. Race is really heating up now. The inside line really pulling steam. Saw in the first run before the caution, the inside line would just die out coming off the turns. But right now, it looks like they're able to hold themselves there and even get past these leaders on the outside. Tristan doing his best to push 23 to the lead this lap. Looks like he's going to. Looks like we're getting stacked up pretty good now. Let's take a look back through the field, see how far guys are falling behind. See the 95 is off the pace. Must have received more damage than I thought. The 1 car is actually not too far behind, so they're able to fix the damage better than the 95 team. You can see the 1882 looking like they're getting ready to lose a draft. Go back there and looking. See how far away they are. Yeah, these guys are getting ready to drop off. You know, the 26 of Nicholas King was having a pretty good run. Beginning, kind of falling behind. Just barely hanging on to the draft now. Could just be trying to stay out of trouble. We saw the last caution came from the back. Just because you're riding around in the back does not mean you'll avoid the mess. Still 3 by 3. Really tight racing. And that snap on forward looks really fast. It's like he's pushing a 23 just through the turns. I don't know if he has the speed to get to lead or not, but he certainly has a good drafting car. He's able to push a 23. And watch this when they go through these turns. The 23 gets a car length ahead of the outside line. That momentum from the outside is able to carry to the line here. I mean, right there. I mean, so close. Who got that? Is it the 23 able to leave that lap? The 24 just right behind. See the guy shifting in the back there, dropping down. Still trying to pick which line they think is going to be the best to work themselves up to the front. Right now, we don't see much changing. Again, they're just riding, waiting for their opportunity. I think they know they got to make one more pit stop. So they know it's not as important to be in front. It's going to be important maybe to be on the inside line. If you're on the inside here, you can get to your pit stall without having to brake and check up for anybody. As we saw in the truck race, being on the inside line and you don't pit and the guy on the outside wants to, he can end up crossing your face and trying to rip off the front bumper. About 31 laps away from the finish. I think we're not sure how far away we are from pit stops, but I would expect them around 40, between 40 and 45, I think. So maybe 10 laps away from pit stops. And these three lines are just battling really hard right now. Every line's able to hold their own. Two cars pushed to 23, maybe clear of the 13 there. Not enough, but the inside line looks strong. I think if we can make it to the end, the inside line may be where you want to be. You saw the last two races at the high line end up being where you want to be, but you can see those cars lined up on the inside there. If they're able to near the end, that should be able to overtake the top two lanes. See there, the 23 is able to lead that lap again. All right, my guess is we'll be coming up on lap car shortly. So that could mess something up for these guys. Got the 95 a little off pace. 50's now in turn 4. 95 middle backstretch. These guys are coming quick upon him. So what kind of move we're going to make to get around him? The outside line, we see the 24, 17, 88, and 81, and the 5 are in the lane you don't want to be in when you come across lap traffic. Maybe they can dive down real fast here, avoid it, but that's what we're looking for right now. We're seeing how or which car is going to get pinched. Or maybe the two middle lanes get pinched. And then can the cars get through the lap car 95 and without making a mess like last time? Here we go. This is where it gets scary. 13 gets held up just a little bit. 2 and a 23 able to break away with 89. 2's going to stay low. Nope, going to tuck inside, try to push to the front. See, it's like 24 and a 17 getting held up really bad. '95's really holding that line up. 24 is able to dive underneath. 17, 88, and 5 are still stuck. 5's able to dive. 17 thought about it. Able to do it now. Jumps down in front of their teammate there. Really spread out the field. That puts the 23 of Alfred Soto out front with Tristan Grace in second. 85 of Hall in third with Jarvie in fourth. Then the 13 diving low on Jarvie there. It's Drew Stanley taking it back to 3 wide. Which line's going to prevail here? 23 may be too far out in front. Maybe they might get a good run underneath him. So they're just going to push. You're going to have 3 HRI cars in the top 3, and they're going to lead all 3 lines maybe. We know team owner Dave Grubb is going to be excited about seeing that. Oh, looks like there's a spin. We might have a big one. We might have the big one. The 24, the 48, the 4, and 88. 24 just retired. Let's go back and see what happened. Right when HRI got in the first 3, just somebody got sideways into the wall. See if I can figure out where it went. Right there. It's like the 48 and the 11 ended up making contact. Let's go from the helicopter view here. It's like the 48-11 just touch bumpers. Gets them to round into the 4. really slows up on the outside there. 88 coming in and getting a cheap shot in at the end. 24, Gracie Adam has retired. 88's got a lot of damage. 4 has a lot of damage. 48 has a smashed in right side. 11 was involved in a crash also. I'm assuming we'll have pit stops here. I don't know why they wouldn't. Unless they think they can, under caution, they have enough fuel to save. 23 is going to stay out. 89 and 7 are going to stay out. I mean, we're going to have alternate strategies here. 41 staying out. Looks like we're going to have the most people stay out. The 33. 33, 13. The 2 and the 85 come to pit road. 11's going to get worked on. 61 going to get worked on. That might be a good strategy. 48 is also going to retire. Like a 24, number 6, the 11, the 4, and a 48 have retired. I don't know if that was the right call by Alfred Soto staying out. Or any of these cars, really, that chose to stay out. I'm not sure they can make it. And we're under green flag conditions. We're going to do 3 laps of green. That may give them 6 laps. They were going to be about 5 laps short. I mean, it's going to be very close to making it on fuel for those guys. And if they can't make it, I mean, they just gift wrapped the win for the guys that did. You see Grubb there is the first one that pitted with the 13, 9, and 2 and the 85. Those guys, if these guys have to pit, right there's one of your winners. We don't see any more cautions. One of these guys will be your winner because I don't think they can make it. They could prove me wrong. But that's stretching it really far. They might end up running out in the last lap, even. So hopefully we'll be getting the 1 to go coming back around here. And maybe some of these cars can make it. Maybe if they're able to save enough fuel in the draft, they can do just enough to make it. See several beat up race cars there. I think the 88 might have pit too. So Kerry could have a chance at winning this if these guys run out of fuel. So on the front here, we got represented and team-wise is an HRI, a Jarvie, VRM, a Winter Air, a Hughes, a Blue Dog, a Matitude, Flow Car, We got almost everyone represented in the top 8 or so. Almost every team. There's a few teams that have some damaged cars and maybe a little bit behind, but it doesn't really mean much if they can't make it on fuel. It'll be your first 10 to have to pit. First 8 to have to pit. All right. Lights are off on the pace car. We'll be going green next time by. Got 12 laps to go. When they get there, nervous for these guys. For one, they run out of fuel. It's not going to be a very entertaining finish because it's going to just cause all kinds of mess. 2, if they decide to pit and they're maybe on the outside and they're running out of fuel, they're going to come across anyway and cause a big wreck. 3, on the last lap, if they try to make it and they run out of fuel, it could end up with a lot of people just running in the back of each other. I'm very anxious about 12 laps from now, seeing what these guys are able to save under caution here. Hopefully they're able to save enough. I still think the right call would have been, like Matt said, I think the right call would have been pit there. I don't know if upgrading your pit strategy would have more likely made them pit. Or maybe they're on the high end of the pit strategy this race and their crew chief knows they can make it. I don't know. But we are about to find out 12 laps from now who made the right decision. And again, there could be a caution, not matter. If there's another caution, they ain't got to pit. They'll have plenty of gas, but maybe that's what they expect. Maybe the 23 and 89, 7, all these guys stay out. They expect another accident to happen. If that's the case, they should be able to finish under power for this race. Finally, going back to green flag racing. Got the 23 of Soto leading the way, driving right behind with Hope Torres in third there. See who the first one to duck out there is the 41. Got our lines forming. I want to go back and see how well our people that pitted get around the guys that may be a little slower. See the 9-2 on the bottom there. Looks like the 33 of Grubb may get held up on the outside by the slower 95. Back up front here. See Soto still in the lead, 41 second. Able to get by Jarvie. See the 44 of Jake Harper able to make his way up in the top 5. Brandon McLaughlin looking strong on the inside there in his Toyota. 83 Paige Cunningham giving him a good shot through the turn. We see the 5 of Mike Atkinson coming up to the top. Now he's got a really strong car. He's not been in the front all day, but he's up here when it matters the most. The 41's going to lead that outside line. 81's going to lead the inside line. Like the 83 is able to push the 81 off the track. Woo! The leader about getting turned coming through the tri-oval. That was almost a disaster for the whole field. See these guys trying to pick their line. This may be a big decision here. Coming to 9 to go. Figure out who needs to go, who's going to the front. Looks like the 44 of Harper is going to take the lead, being pushed by Soto. Strong move by him. 23 is going to look low to try to take the lead back. It's like the 44 is going to be able to lead that lap. 83 is going to try to push Soto. You see the 17 and 5 of Matitude working together on the inside. It's like the 84 is going to drop down behind the 17, give the very inside line to the 5 and the 9. 83 is going to be able to push 23 around the 44 on the outside, inside there. 23 is going to jump up to the top. 83 is going to get dumped by the 17 and the 5. Teammates working together in the middle. Teammates working together on the bottom. Who's going to have the speed at the line in 7 laps? Or 8 laps. 17 has a strong move on the inside. Able to cut up to the... I thought he was able to cut in front of the 84 there. 44 is pushing to 23. But still, can they make it on fuel is the question. When they're racing hard, and it ain't going to matter if they run out of fuel right now. It's a good race right now. Could be anybody's race, even the people that aren't in the top. Because we don't know if they can even make it. It's like the 17 is going to take control of the bottom line. The 44 is going to take control of the middle. 23 is going to take control of the outside line. My guess, if there's not a wreck or pitting's having to happen, your winner is going to come from the first 3 rows right now. I don't know if the 84 and the 5 can push the 17 around the 44 or not. And the 23 we know is strong. I think he may be able to hold off anybody on the outside. See, Dave Grubb, who did pit, has made his way up to the top here. He's going to try to win it even if you don't have to run out of fuel. 17 is pushed up to the outside, giving 84 the inside line. 17 is going to lead the outside line. Very strong car to get up there. So 84 was able to lead that last lap, 17 in second. Forgot about lap cars. They could be coming on lap cars pretty soon. With 6 to go. That could impact things. So look ahead right now before it gets too crazy. See the 18 coming out of turn 4. Guys on the middle of the backstretch. They're going to catch him before the end of this race. They will catch that 18 car. I think. He could pit and get out of the way, but that could change the outcome of this race. 17 to 23, 81, really strong pushes on the outside. 23 is going to dive on the inside. He's not going to ride behind the 17. He's looking for the win. Strong move on the inside. The 44 there, Harper pushing. 23 may be able to overtake the lead here, coming off turn 4. I don't know if he can clear. Let's see. Nope, he's just a little short there. Still holding the position. Just not clear. See what kind of run we get off of turn 4. '23 is able to sneak his way up in front of the 17 there. A huge block. Able to lead that last lap. We got 4 to go. And they're catching the 18 fast. I don't know if they'll catch the 61 or not. But they will catch the 18. Who's going to end up getting hurt by that the most? Here they come. It just brake checks that whole outside line. See the top 5 break out. Again, we don't know if they even make it on fuel, but right here, if they can make it to the checkered flag, here's going to be your winner. I don't think they have enough time to check up behind. They got to really work together if they're going to get back to them. The 7 is pitting. 7's pitting. 3 laps short. So can these other guys save more gas than that? I'd highly doubt it. Will the 5, will the 84, the 85 pit in the next 3 laps? If not, you got the 2, looks like, and the 9 are going to, and 33 are going to be your top 3 after the pit stops that they all cycle through here. 88's pitting. He's a lap down. What we're looking for is his leaders. Are the leaders going to come down pit road? The 5 passes. The 84 is going to pit. 23, the 83 is going to pit. 2 laps to go. Can the 5 stretch their fuel mileage? 17's also in second. I don't think they pitted. Can they stretch their fuel mileage? Can they work together to push themselves to a 1-2 finish from attitude? 17 takes a strong move on the 5 there at the bottom. 85 of Hall looking to fall behind. See the 2 and a 9 side by side. That could be for the win. 44 is up here too, but I don't know if he can make it on fuel either. You're about to find out who's going to pit, who's going to stay out. 17 is going to stay out. The 5 is going to stay out. And I think the 85 pitted. I don't remember. I know the 17 and the 5 did not. What a call of the race if they could hold enough fuel to make it. Can they make it? 17 looks strong. As long as they stay under power, there's going to be your winner. It looks like they're going to have enough fuel to make it. 17 of Anderson is going to win, followed by Hall in second, the 9 of McDonald. And in fourth was the 5 car of Atkinson with Dave Grubb coming in 5th, Tristan Grace in 6th. I don't know how they did it, how they were able to save that much fuel and make it that far. What a strategy. See these guys finishing up after they had to take a splash of gas to finish the race here. What a finish. I don't think the 11 or the 4 retired. I think it says they retired, but I think they just ran out of gas and probably able to coast across the line. I'll go back and look and make sure. I really don't think they retired, though. There's your results. We see we had 20 finish on the lead lap. Cannot believe that Andrew Anderson was able to save that much gas to get to the finish there. We saw that Torres pit 3 laps prior to that. They were able to save 3 laps of fuel somehow. Maybe need to check their fuel cell, make sure they didn't have an illegal fuel cell, because something, not accusing of cheating, it's just fishy that they were able to go that long on fuel and nobody else was. We see Dave Grubb and Tristan Grace, when that pit cycle started, they got knocked back a little bit because they had to check up. They made a good call of pitting anyway, because they were able to get a top 5 and top 6 out of that after all the pit stops. Maybe had a chance at the lead. You see the number 1 car there. It says it retired. They just ran out of fuel. They did not retire. It's just because they ran out of fuel after the race was over. So there you go. There's our cup race, inaugural cup race for MOT offline. I think we had a great race. We know Matitude's happy. Just don't know. That's just surprising. They able to hold the fuel cell that long. We were set up for a great finish anyway. We had a battle up front, 3 wide, and strategy didn't work out for some of the guys that there. But it's a good race. I'll let you know when we're going to do our next one. Sometime next week, I'm sure. Probably be Homestead. So get ready for that. And thank you for watching.